Now, Alex, you've recently been elected as chairman of the International M2M Council, the
Yes.
IMC. What do you think the IMC's role is in M2M, and what do you think its possibilities are for the future?
Well, as you know, I mean, the IMC was launched some 18 months or thereabouts ago, essentially under the mantra of building business cases
Right.
for M2M and the Internet of Things. What was important to me and why we were interested in participating in the IMC in its early days was that it was the first time that we were able to see a real representation of all aspects of the ecosystem of an M2M solution coming under one hood, if you like, sharing the same goals and visions to actually demystify and simplify some of these areas. And this time the IMC really is very representative, from the big ERP players to the silicon vendors to the embedded systems folks to the module and subscription management companies, and of course the connectivity.
So it's much more of an industry thing as opposed to a sort of
it's
a mobile operator thing.
It's actually a solutions thing, if you look at it, because I'm not even sure that people recognize it as being an industry per se, but it's the ecosystem necessary to turn it into an industry.
Right.
It's still early, but I would say that the success that it's had in building its membership is a tribute not only to a number of the people who've been involved with it, but much more importantly, a demonstration of the fact that there is an audience out there that wants to participate and wants to find ways of gaining knowledge to further the development of this industry.
Yes, and there are two types of members in the IMC. There's what we call sustaining members, which are basically the solution providers.
Right.
And then there's associate members who are the users, adopters. We've now got to just over 4,000 associate members with an expectation of increasing that quite a lot. Do you think that there's an increasing opportunity then for the two groups to talk more together?
I think what I see, we've got a great opportunity to build on the tremendous draft of interest that we have here. I'm quite frankly proud and honoured to have been nominated as the chairman. I see this as an opportunity during this next 12-month period to broaden the influence that takes place in the IMC. To have an audience of almost 4,000 adopters that we have, feeding information into the sustaining membership, that's tremendous because it helps us guide informational services, training requirements, help to influence what, in many ways, the sustaining members are actually doing.
It's a much closer ear to the market, isn't it?
I rather think so, and beyond surveying, putting that information back out to those memberships, it's my goal to find ways to be able to bring, if you like, sustaining membership representation into the thinking process of the IMC as well, so that we actually get the real voice of the consumer